Get in the game with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Wreck your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash, a new rewards program from Venmo. No monthly fee, no minimum balance, just school pride and spending power. Get in the game and sign up for the Venmo debit card at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
The Rita Cosby Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Some big endorsements came out of CPAC, including for our great next guest, Betsy McCaughey, who is running for governor of Connecticut. And CPAC's chairman, Matt Schlapp, gave her a resounding endorsement. And Betsy, we love having you here on the show. Congrats on the big endorsement. What do you think this means to your great campaign?
CPAC endorsement is a powerful propulsion going forward because CPAC basically says I'm the only conservative in the race, and I'm the only Connecticut candidate who was endorsed by CPAC. So I wear the mantle proudly. And my message, Rita, was to Republicans in blue states, and that is do not cower before the Trump derangement syndrome. We have a president who is fearless and strong. Stand with him, especially when Democrats vilify ICE and coddle these illegal immigrant criminals who are making our streets so unsafe.
You know, it's interesting you say that, too, because you look at the last election and so many of the issues that he won on were keeping our streets safe, keeping our communities safe, closing the border. And he clearly won on them. And you look at, girls and girls sports. We call them the 80-20 issues. How important are these issues to your campaign, Betsy?
Well, they're very important, but I have to tell you the biggest issue in my campaign, and New Yorkers will really understand this, is tax relief. I am running to eliminate the state income tax in Connecticut. It can be done in a fiscally responsible, gradual way, and it will make Connecticut the tax haven of the Northeast. Rita, think Florida without the palm trees.
You know, I love this idea because sadly, as you know, like in New York, for example, there is such an enormous flight. And California, there's an enormous flight. So if you can have a great place like Connecticut, a state I know and love, and I know a state you know and love, close by, but still a viable solution, that's a win-win, right? What's the reaction from your constituents there?
A lot of enthusiasm. The fact is that states without an income tax are flourishing. States with high state taxes are in an economic death spiral. New York is the best example on the East Coast. And after I eliminate the tax in Connecticut, I'm going to stand on that New York-Connecticut border and say to those New York companies and families, come on over. We're open for business.
We are open. Now, what about also, you brought up businesses too. What do you think you can do to really make businesses vibrant in Connecticut? There's a lot of big businesses there, but to keep them. Yep, exactly. Talk about that.
Regulations in New York and Connecticut are strangling business. There are so many regulations, it's impossible to even keep up with them. And they're strangling business. So I'm going to vastly deregulate. That will also bring businesses back to Connecticut. But the income tax is a key issue because many people say, oh, you'll never be able to eliminate it. It's half of the state revenue. It will blow a huge hole in the budget. How are you going to fill it? No, it's not blowing any hole in the budget. I'm going to do it exactly the same way many other states are succeeding in doing it. Oklahoma, Kentucky, South Carolina, Mississippi. What they do is they say every time revenue increases 5%, you slash the income tax rate another point. You don't let that new money coming in be used for another new program, new spending. You keep spending in the state level, and instead you use the new revenue to eliminate the income tax.
And everybody, we're talking to Betsy McCaughey, who's running for governor of Connecticut. You know, one of your great quotes you had in a press release, Betsy, was Democrats Governor Ned Lamont and A.G. Tong are so crazed with their Trump derangement syndrome. How many people in the state are saying, thank you for your common sense?
Many, many, many. In fact, many Connecticut voters had kind of given up that anybody would step forward with a bold enough plan to change the state and turn it into a prosperity state again. But that's exactly what I'm going to do. I grew up in Connecticut. My father was a factory worker in Connecticut. And when I was a kid, we didn't have a lot, but we were living in a state full of opportunity. The sky was the limit. You could, even as a little kid, I could picture myself going places. It's not like that in Connecticut anymore, but that's the Connecticut I want to bring back, a Connecticut full of opportunity for my grandkids.
I love this. And Betsy, for folks listening, how can they help your campaign and help you with your great message there as you run
you're so
for
nice
governor?
To ask, Rita. Come to Betsy2026.com. That's BETSY2026.com. Make a donation. The largest donation permitted is $340. What a bargain compared with all the state income taxes you're paying.
By the way, I love your message about tax relief, deregulation, and your life story, too, is a remarkable one with your dad as a factory worker, and now his daughter is running there for governor of Connecticut. Betsy McCaughey, you got to come back on. I wish you so much luck, and you epitomize common sense and grace, my friend. So I am so excited for you. And congrats on this big endorsement from CPAC, too.
It is a big endorsement. Thank you so much, Rita. Axe the tax.
Absolutely. I love that. Axe the tax. Betsy2026.com, right?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Betsy McCaughey, so awesome to have you here, my friend. I wish you so much luck.
Thank you, Rita. You are a dear friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you very much.